There's a swing the golf world has seen 1,000 times before. The high hands, the coil, the violent controlled release through the ball, except this time, it isn't coming from the man who made it famous. It's coming from his son. Charlie Woods was born in 2009 at the exact moment his father was closing in on the greatest run of dominance the sport has ever seen. He didn't choose the name on the back of his shirt. He didn't choose the swing everyone would compare him to before he was old enough to understand what comparison even meant. This isn't a story about whether Charlie Woods will be the next Tiger Woods. It's a story about what it costs to be asked that question every single time you tee it up. Every young athlete inherits something from their parents. Charlie Woods inherited a swing, a surname, and an audience of millions who had already decided what his career should look like before he'd played a single competitive round. His first real public moment came in 2020 at the PNC Championship, a father-son exhibition event. He was 11 years old. Tiger was asked almost immediately whether he realized his son had become the second most watched person on the golf course. Tiger's answer was simple. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But there was something different happening in that gallery. People weren't just watching a father play golf with his kid. They were watching for the next chapter of a story that had gripped America for 2 decades. Every shot Charlie hit got parsed for signs, of talent, of destiny, of decline, of hope. He was 11. Tiger Woods has spent years, publicly and repeatedly, trying to draw a line between his son's story and his own. "He's in 6th grade, for God's sake," Tiger said in one interview, pushing back against the growing chorus of comparisons. "Let him go out there and be a kid. Enjoy it. You don't nitpick kids." He said it again and again, almost like a mantra. Don't compare him to me. He's not me. He's Charlie. It's a strange kind of parenting, trying to hand your child a name that opens every door in the sport while simultaneously trying to protect him from what that same name demands of him. Tiger has talked about wanting Charlie to carve his own path, to create his own name inside a sport that will never stop measuring him against his father's. The tension is built into the premise. You cannot inherit the name without inheriting the expectation. In February 2024, 15-year-old Charlie Woods attempted to qualify for a PGA Tour event for the first time, a pre-qualifier for the Cognizant Classic. He shot 16 over par, 64th in the field, nowhere close to advancing. And within hours, it wasn't just a junior golf result anymore, it was a headline. It was a trending topic. Strangers on social media picked apart a 15-year-old's ball striking like he was a failed first-round draft pick. Some mocked him outright, others, including professional athletes like tennis player Marty Fish, pushed back hard, telling critics, in Fish's words, to leave the kid alone and let him play golf. Think about what that means. A high school sophomore has a bad day at a golf tournament, and it becomes a referendum broadcast to millions of strangers. One columnist put it bluntly, "If you're a parent who's ever felt pressure about your kid's performance in sports, you can exhale, because no child is facing what Charlie Woods is facing. Not unrealistic expectations, impossible ones. Strip away the noise, and there's an actual golf career here, one that looks a lot like any promising young talent's, with real wins and real growing pains." He won a Florida State championship with his high school team, the Benjamin School. He picked up victories on regional junior tours. In May 2025, at 16 years old, he won his first American Junior Golf Association event outright, the Team Tailor-Made Invitational, closing with a 6 under 66 to beat a stacked field by 3 shots. He's also had the rounds every junior golfer has, and nobody else has to explain to the entire internet. An 86 at that PGA Tour pre-qualifier. An 83 in the 3rd round of the Junior Invitational at Sage Valley, finishing dead last in a 36-man field. A missed cut at 2026 U.S. Amateur Qualifying, an event his father won 3 times in a row, by 6 shots. That's not a prodigy in freefall. That's a teenager developing in public the way every teenager develops, except his bad rounds make news wires and his good ones get compared to a prime that hasn't been matched in a generation. He's since qualified for the 2026 U.S. Junior Amateur, a tournament renamed in his father's honor, with the trophy itself now called the Tiger Woods Trophy. He'll walk onto that golf course chasing a title his father won at the exact same age, under a name that is literally engraved on the prize, Ask the people around him, and the picture that emerges isn't a kid buckling under pressure, it's a kid who has built a method for tuning it out. At 13, asked how he handled the spotlight, Charlie's answer was almost eerily composed. It's a lot of just staying in your own mind and just kind of focusing on what you're doing, and nothing else, just hole by hole. John Daly II, who has lived a version of the same story as the son of two-time major champion, John Daly has spoken about the specific weight Charlie carries. The expectation, Daly II said, is that people put Charlie in a category most golfers don't reach until they're 21 or 22. Charlie hasn't finished high school yet, and Tiger, for his part, keeps circling back to the same idea whenever he's asked about it publicly. That his job as a father isn't to build another champion, it's to build the environment where Charlie can go down whatever road he chooses and just try to be the best at that. Whether that's realistic in a sport and a media landscape that will never stop watching is the open question. In the fall of 2025, Charlie Woods committed to play college golf at Florida State, set to join in 2027. It's a normal step. Thousands of talented high schoolers make that same commitment every year, and almost none of them do it with a camera crew documenting the swing. That's the paradox at the center of this story. Charlie Woods is, by every measure that matters, a teenager figuring out a game he loves. Annoy it with good rounds, bad rounds, a state title, a maiden AJGA win, and a career arc that looks a lot like anyone else's at his age. The difference is the name on his bag and the audience that comes with it. His father has spent years trying to build a wall between the two, insisting publicly and repeatedly that Charlie doesn't have to be Tiger, that he only has to be Charlie. Whether the golf world will ever actually let him is the question nobody can answer yet. Not the fans, not the critics, not even Tiger, just Charlie, one hole at a time.